Hello, 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 hello.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah, I could.
Okay, which trick do you Michael?
What's that?
What truth do you want from Michael Nimczyk?
Uh,
You got to remember, and I told you this because of his concussions, he does not remember a lot. And you don't want to give him any way on that. When he tells you he doesn't remember something, that's exactly what the hell he means.
I want to know how Mark started the 911 truck. I want to know about the cease and desist order that Tin Falls Wayside put on Mark
Cease and assist order. What are you talking about?
in June of 2010. In the same month the 911 truck got rolling, there are the minutes of a meeting of the fire commissioners of the Tin Falls Wayside Volunteer Fire Department. One order of...
I don't know anything about that.
Well, that's because you don't read my posts. But one order of business has to do with, and it names Mark Anthony Niemczyk by name, a cease and desist order for impersonating a public officer. June
Impersonating
20.
a public officer meaning what?
I believe this was the means impersonating a firefighter. Means Tin Falls Wayside, which Mike and MARK actually was volunteering with. I believe this was in part to gather...
I know Michael was.
Intelligence, if you will. Yes, I know he was too, because I talked to someone there who slipped up and said too much. Specifically, he said, first he confirmed that Mike was a member. Then he said it doesn't say anything good.
Well, like I said, Mark said what he was going to say to you.
Mark Niemczyk, when I asked about Terry Jones, says he didn't know about him. However, Terry Jones and Thomas Scalgione have put out a YouTube video in response to the Don Shipley video, in which Terry Jones says, Captain Mark Anthony Niemczyk is our friend. This YouTube video is still up. It's on Terry Jones's now defunct YouTube account, which is still up. He just doesn't add to it. It's also in, of course, my playlists on YouTube. So why would Terry Jones be in a video with Scalgione, where they're both saying they're blasting Don Shipley, and they're praising Mark Niemczyk, calling him a friend? But now Mark Niemczyk says he don't know who Terry Jones is.
Okay, I've never seen that. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
It's called Dr. Terry Jones Supports the 911 Truck. If you just put that into YouTube, or you go through my playlists, you'll find it.
Okay. So, what do you want to know from Mike? Because, you've already talked to Mark. Mark's not going to give you any more information than he has already given you. I can tell you that right now.
He sidestepped my question when I asked Mark directly.
Second, Michael's got a request. Hold on. Nope. You talk to Mark, his name's out of it. Am I understood?
What are you talking about?
Meaning you leave him alone. Before something bad happens to you.
I have questions.
It's not a threat.
The only thing that's bad could happen to me is that I don't get the truth.
You got you got what he was going to say. Now leave him alone.
I didn't get anything. I have questions.
So, thing he said.
Why can't he make a decision for himself?
So everything that he said to your bugged ass that don't even know where the fuck you came from, whether you came from under a fucking rock, whether you came from some nigger's fucking nuts, because I know you're a fucking racist. I found that out from a couple people. And don't deny it, because they heard you call them a nigger. Right to their face.
You're full of shit.
And yes.
You're full of shit. And that's the same kind of bullshit.
Including Kevin. Can hear me. Cates is a fucking racist.
That's the same kind of bullshit lie that you made up about me before. I even have Kendra saying that you use the N-word.
Look,
They have everybody.
one of your neighbors told me that you're a fucking racist.
Well, you're full of shit, Mike. You have no credibility whatsoever, and that's a lie, and you know.
Yeah, that's because
Everybody knows that your father is a racist, and so are you. I even made a whole video called The Racism of Mark Niemczyk, where Kendra herself says that you have been known to use the N-word. And of course your father does, more regularly than you. You have exploited black men throughout the time I have known you, and before. I even have Nick on recording saying these same things. And he's black, so. What's that?
you're not anymore.
What's that?
And your face anymore.
You're breaking up. What are you saying?
He doesn't think apology. You fuck.
What did you say?
Face to face. Don't talk. Face. No recording.
You really are breaking up there.
I'm finding out you how much you can't find.
Tell me about the photo with you and your father and Joanne. That's 2010, isn't it? I cannot seem to get a good reception. Hello.
Get the microphone.
Can't.
That's free coffee.
You hear me? You've been cutting in and out badly for a while. Hang on a second. Hello.
Mike.
You're cutting in and out. I'm going to have to drop this call and call you back.
That's good. Scatter. What's your name?
Hello, hello.
So you and Kev want to ruin my life and come after me, right?
Did you say me and Kevin want to ruin your life?
Put it to you this way.
Why would you say that?
Get fucking angry. Shut up. Angry. Angry. Oh, the bed. In the bed and every fucking day now. So go ahead and put the wrong fucking bits.
Hello.
Do you care that anything that you're doing is killing Mark?
Say that one more time.
Do you care that anything that you are doing or that Kevin is doing is killing Mark?
Killing him?
You guys are killing him.
I'm just going after the truth. How am I killing him?
Gee, let's see. He's had 4 strokes. In 4 strokes, and 3 of them damn near killed him. 1 heart attack that damn near killed him. Nobody gives a flying shit.
Well, I'm not a doctor, but I don't. But I think that strokes are brought on by a number of things. None of them having anything to do with me. But let me talk to him again.
Let's talk to him again. Just talk. Look.
Why did you pick Scalgione?
He wants to know how you picked Skeleton instead of someone else. It was Michael's friend that called me. He said he had a friend that blew into town.
A friend?
His friend was
He blew into town.
gay. Now Jim is gay.
And
And he said he flew to town. Nobody told me that he got released from prison.
And he just happened to have expertise on police scanners when you met him. And you used that during the 9/11 truck.
What?
You said you chose Scalgione simply because he was a friend of Puryear, and Puryear was a friend of Mike. However, you know that Thomas Scalgione also had a background in the use of police scanners. And
No, I didn't know any of that.
You didn't. That's not why you wanted him to get on board with the truck.
Lester said he needed a job. He was with the gay community and he could get bookings for the truck.
Did he tell you that he was an FDNY firefighter?
Who?
Scalgione.
No. I didn't know nothing about this guy except what Lester told me.
What did Lester tell you about him?
That he just blew in the town. But he didn't tell me that he got released from prison. That's how he blew in town.
What did he tell you about himself?
Huh?
What did Scalgione tell you about himself?
Nothing. He just said that he's gay and he has a lot of connections in the gay community and he can get bookings for the truck, which he never did.
What do you mean he never did? He got a lot.
He never got one.
In 2011, in Washington, D.C., you're pictured there in front of the White House with Scalgione and with Terry Jones. This is shortly before.
Cannot leave the state of New Jersey.
Well, he could then, and he was in Washington, D.C. with you. Yes, well, he's in Washington, D.C. with you on that video. Now, when you were there,
He was banned.
and Terry Jones is there, you told me yesterday that you didn't know who Terry Jones was.
Oh, shut the fuck up and listen.
No, wait.
Scalgione was never allowed to leave the state of New Jersey. He was on lifetime parole.
He's on video in Washington, D.C. with you.
He was on video. He disregarded everything that the parole board and everything said. He said, fuck it, he's gonna do it.
In 2011, on YouTube, there's a video on YouTube that's still up on Terry Jones' own site. It has Thomas Scalgione and Terry Jones in the video with the 911 truck in the background. They call Mark. It begins with Terry Jones saying, "Captain Mark Anthony NIEMCZYK is our friend." And then it goes on to defend Mark NIEMCZYK and to blast Don Shipley. And yet, yesterday, Mark NIEMCZYK told me that he didn't know who Terry Jones was. So why is Terry Jones, at the height of the 911 truck, making that video and calling Mark NIEMCZYK his friend? Whose idea was that video? Hello? We are having bad reception. Hello?
What's your fucking phone? Michael said.
I'm sorry, you're cutting out. There's a terrible reception. Probably on you guys' end.
Check your phone. Closer to the speaker. Yes.
Say that again.
Get out of the window, you're outside.
Say that again. Say again. I cannot hear you.
Get out of the wind, because you're outside. Move your microphone closer to the speaker.
It's not that. Can you hear me better or not?
Hold on.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, so according to Mike and Mark, Scalgione did it.
Scalgione did it?
I need to know nothing about Scalgione's prison record, which is as long as your arm and leg put together.
Yeah.
His prisons were just about his fucking leg.
Did he know about your record?
You didn't know. Nobody knew. Nobody knew any of this about Scalgione until all the bullshit started happening.
Did Scalgione know who you were? Did Scalgione know you weren't a Navy SEAL? Did Scalgione know you had been convicted of felonies?
I'm not talking to Mark. You fucking retard.
Well, put him on.
I don't work well with demands, motherfucker.
All right, I'll talk to you. When you were with the truck and with Scalgione.
You don't demand me to do shit.
Yesterday.
You don't say put them on.
Your father said
No,
4 or 5 witnesses he told.
Fuck me right now. Fuck me right now. Questions ain't going toward me.
He said he told 4 to 5 witnesses.
It said put them on. He doesn't work well to fucking demands. He works well to please and thank you, not put them on. You disrespectful piece of shit.
I was talking to him.
So try it again, and he might answer you.
I was talking to him when you butted in.
Because you said put them on.
I'll put them on. Or answer my questions. When you were with Scalgione.
I'm not going to put him on the phone because you did not put him on. You demanded. Try it again.
What do you want me to say?
This all day.
What do you want me to say?
How do you ask somebody to talk on the phone? Put them on the phone.
When we talk,
You don't demand. You ask. I guess when you were dropped on your head, raising when the people underneath the stairs were fucking raising you, they didn't teach you any manners. So talk to a fucking elder with respect. Does he get pissed with you or something? So try it again. Now, answer me. You want to talk to him? You treat him with a little fucking respect. Because apparently you ain't got none.
Did you know about the Terry Jones video?
Bad enough Kevin's holding your balls for you.
Did you know about the Terry Jones video that's currently on YouTube?
Terry Jones was what? Video.
Were you involved in the making of that? And when did you find out about it?
When did I what?
When did you find out about it?
When you started talking about it.
So you're saying that Terry Jones made a video with Scalgione 2011 during the 9/11 truck scam, and you don't know about it?
Yeah. According to the U.S. Attorney, there was.
It's called Dr. Terry Jones Supports the 9/11 Truck.
It was so fucking U.S. attorneys. It was only the Attorney General for the state of New Jersey. It was. Michael, he asked you when the fuck you knew about Scalgione and the Terry Jones shit. Someone's wrong.
The video, which is titled Dr. Terry Jones Supports the 9/11 Truck.
Repeat. Repeat.
July 20th, 2011. A video is posted on YouTube, which is still there, titled Dr. Terry Jones Supports the 9/11 Truck. It shows Terry Jones and Thomas Scalgione with the 9/11 truck in the background.
Okay, good for them.
It begins with Terry Jones saying, Captain Mark Anthony NIEMCZYK is our friend. And yet, yesterday, Mark NIEMCZYK told me that he didn't know who Terry Jones was.
Good for him.
And yet you were with him, all of you, at Ground Zero.
I was not there.
You were there in D.C. and in New York, weren't you?
I was not in D.C. Again. In the video.
You were at Ground Zero in New York, though?
Right in the video.
And Terry Jones was there?
I was not there. What are you not getting through your fucking head?
If you weren't there at ground zero, then why?
Down there on my own free will.
And why do the witnesses say that Mark NIEMCZYK was there with another guy who he said was his son? But yesterday, Mark NIEMCZYK said that he never said that about Scalgione. But in all the media reports, it says that Scalgione and Mark NIEMCZYK were pretending to be father and son. So why was that what was reported by witnesses that your father was saying? It's because you were there.
Getting shit so fucked up.
It's because you were there.
In words.
It's because after the arrest and the charges came out,
well, it ain't my fault you can't graduate first grade.
You all got your story straight. And your father and Scalgione said that the person that they were talking about being the son was actually Scalgione. That's how you stayed out of it, isn't it? Oh?
Yeah? Listening to a fucking retard.
Is that what happened?
So I don't know why this conversation is even continuing.
Is that what happened? Is that how you stayed out of it? Is that how you got Scalgione to take the fall for you?
Yo, take the fall for me for what? I didn't do a fucking thing wrong.
You were there, the same as him.
I'm dragged into it.
You are in it. You've always been in it. I've got the photo of you wearing the hoodie. All of you.
Yeah, just because I wore it doesn't mean I'm a part of it.
You're there with your father and Joanna, who's already been documented as running the tables where you were selling the t-shirts, the books.
Doesn't mean I was a part of it.
Pieces of concrete.
Shit!
Pieces of concrete that you claimed were from the 9/11 towers. She was selling all that. She was part of it. And she's there in the photo with you. And you're all wearing the hoodies. So don't tell me you weren't part of it. You were part of it. And Mark NIEMCZYK, your father, was telling everybody that you were his son. And then after you all got caught, the story became that he was actually saying that about Scalgione. And the witnesses couldn't tell the difference between you and Scalgione, could they?
Okay, long time ago. Long time ago. You said you're willing to die to get all this information, correct?
Yeah.
Consider it done.
Why don't you answer the questions? Hello. Hello. Hello.
For any of this shit, right? There's only Mike that was in.
Yes, I do know that.
Miles Young was the one that took the ball for all of it, not Mark.
That's what I'm saying. He was the fall guy. They all should have gone down for it.
Truck. Because Mark owned the truck and the t-shirts, that's the only reason why he got the probation that he got. Scalgione went to prison because of it.
That's not true. The reason he got the probation was for health reasons. That's specifically said. So why are you telling me a lie by saying that the reason he got the probation... Well, listen, he was facing a year in prison, and he got the probation, right? So?
Probation.
And that was for health reasons.
I guess if he was on probation.
Probation was 5 years, which ran out in 2019. I'm not saying he's still on probation. I'm saying he was on probation. But the reason he got probation and not prison was health reasons, not because of what you're saying. which is that he didn't have any role in it, which is not true. He was the mastermind.
Say it again. My probation was over a month after I got it. It was over because the judge didn't even want to give me that because I had nothing to do with anything. Everything was done by Scalzio. It's not fates that things were happening. I was in another state somewhere else doing something. I had nothing to do with it. But it's because I owned the truck.
In March 2014, you pled guilty and you were sentenced to 6 or 5 years probation.
You're the one that's assuming. The sanction is the mother of all fuckers.
You were sentenced to 5 years probation. You know that. Here's my question. When you were doing the scam, when you were there with your son,
Idiot.
so you donated so that money went to where?
What? He's asking where all the donations went to. All the donations went back to paying for the truck, paying for the gas, paying for the hotel that we stayed in, or motel. But did you donate any of the money to the family? Yes. And they could check with that one guy. The mother, he had a foundation in Connecticut. And I went up there and I gave them the check for all the money.
High Hopes? Is it High Hopes? The horse farm?
No.
Yeah. Did you ever claim that you were giving charity money to High Hopes?
Because I was giving money to every place that I went to.
Why is there no record of any of that?
What?
Why is there no record of any of that, of you making donations?
Because they didn't want to put it in the record. Because they would have thrown the case out of court. Because I didn't do anything wrong.
You didn't do anything wrong? Let's start from the...
Do you ever think that maybe they're called anonymous donations for a reason?
Let's start from the beginning. Now, I don't believe you made any anonymous donations, okay?
You wouldn't.
Anonymous, no.
Let's start at the beginning then.
Sure.
You told the t-shirt manufacturers, yes, that you were a charity, and you got those t-shirts for pennies on the dollar? Yes?
No.
Yes?
No.
What did you tell them when you were ordering those shirts printed? What did you tell the manufacturers? Let's start with the first one.
I said they want the shirts. I had 1 or 2 made, and everybody wanted the shirts.
You told them you were a charity, and you wanted a special price. You're saying that the t-shirt manufacturers are lying?
Yeah. To protect themselves because they were getting paid cash.
Why would they do that? They're getting paid cash by you? So how much did you pay?
$17,000 from the one event that I did. The t-shirt company got $17,000.
Do you have a receipt for that?
Well, they checked with the bank. I'm quite sure that they still have records of it. This.
$17,000 for how many shirts? For how many shirts?
30 cases. I had to rent the trailer to take them to tow the trailer with us. And it was all cases of shirts, small, medium, large, extra large, and 2X.
Do it again, Michael, and I'll kill you.
You didn't pay $17,000 for them.
You
On the back of the truck, there's a decal of the Navy SEAL trident, and your first license plate said N SEAL. New Jersey plates. Why did you do that? Why did you tell people you were a Navy SEAL?
I didn't do it.
He's saying that you're a fake Navy SEAL.
You didn't do it? You didn't put the Navy SEAL trident on that truck? Your own truck?
For the vehicle. For one set, it's place. It's unbelievable. This guy's he's getting his shit from Scalzione.
Do you remember in 2006 when you witnessed 2 skydivers die?
You could gay people like Cates and Scalzione, they all stick together.
I'm not gay, actually.
You're a we know that.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
You on Fremont Street with your fucking phone on a rod looking up women's skirts by the D station.
See, I heard that this is one of the lies that you spread about me on Fremont Street. It's absolutely not true. Everything you say is a lie, and everything you're trying to make up about me won't work. Trying to lie about me will not work. Do you understand? That's another lie you made up. Why don't you tell me when you started that? Nobody told you. You made it up and then you told them. Everybody knows that. And that's what Kendra told me all the way back in November and confirmed what I heard from people before. Everybody knows you're a liar and everybody knows you made that up. Hang on, don't hang up. Listen to me. Hello.
So are you dumb enough to die for this shit? Like, you're seriously gonna put your life on the line and be a dumbass? So Pop's got something for you. And I will relay it to you.
What's that?
If you watch WWE, then you would have known what WrestleMania was. Bloodline rules, no holds barred. No cops.
And every time,
No cops.
every time he left this night came up.
No cops. No cameras.
What are you talking about?
He said, what are you talking about?
Every time you lie or mention a lie, I'll fuck you up.
Want this face to face?
I haven't lied about anything.
Tell him you want.
You're telling so many fucking lies from Scalzione.
Name one lie that I've told.
What?
Name one lie that I've told.
He said,
Name one lie that I have told. Yes. You already admitted you did. You said he was in the back of the truck. You said you ran into him and you... So why did he make a video with Scalzione? That's funny. Tell me about Don Shipley, because he's mentioned in that video. Perry Jones and Scalzione are trying to call Don Shipley a liar.
Said that you were never a Navy SEAL.
They're trying to call Don Shipley a liar without calling him a liar. No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
The Navy SEAL stuff. That's who that guy is. Yeah, I heard that name.
You lied about being a Navy SEAL. When did that start?
He's full of shit. He doesn't know his ass.
That started in like 2010. Something like that.
That's not true. If you go back to 2006, well, you wanted more though, didn't you? You didn't. Right. Do you remember watching the... You were pretty flush, huh? Do you remember in 2006 seeing the two skydivers fall to their deaths?
2006, skydivers falling to their deaths. You remember it, he said.
No, that was somewhere in South Jersey. I was at a, what kind of, I stopped at a roadside. Oh my God. I forget what the hell what they made. They were good. And I stopped there and we were eating it and we watched them go down and land in a drainage pond behind us somewhere across the street from where we were. And we went running over there.
You talked to a reporter about that. A man from Asbury Park Press.
I don't remember.
You don't? You're quoted in a story by an Asbury Park Press reporter. He says that you were a witness to the two people falling and dying.
I just said, what did I just get done saying?
He also says that you were a 22-year Navy SEAL veteran. Why did you tell him that?
He wants to know why.
I'm going on 80 years old. You think I remember every fucking thing?
Were you a Navy SEAL? Do you remember that?
I died back in September of this last year. I woke up a week and a half later in an ICU unit.
Were you ever in the military?
Was in the Navy.
Wow.
And then any fucking brains, the court has a copy of my fucking discharge.
How long were you in the military?
That's none of your fucking business.
6 weeks. Why did you get discharged from boot camp?
Oh, that was Kevin Cates that got discharged from boot camp with a dishonorable discharge. Not Kevin Cates, Kevin Paradowski.
Why did you get discharged from boot camp in 1964?
Yeah, but the fuck he's talking about 1964.
You were discharged from boot camp.
Oh, complexions from 64. I don't remember. Give me a fucking break here.
Why did you tell people that you were a Navy SEAL?
So the judge didn't even want me to be prosecuted, but he said by law he had to charge me with something, and I was only charged with being the owner of the truck. And I went to probation for maybe a month,
5 years.
and they discharged me early. They said, you don't have to come here. He said, hey, you didn't do a fucking thing wrong.
Really? Who said that?
Nobody said that.
Nobody said that because it's not true.
You're a fucking liar. See, now...
Everybody knows what you did wrong. When you went to live in Levittown, Pennsylvania.
You're gonna get your fucking ass beat by me if we ever meet again.
Okay, then give me a name. Who told you that you did nothing wrong?
Probation officer.
What's his name?
Oh, fuck. How do I remember? He said he checked the whole records, the whole case. He goes, you've never done nothing wrong in your fucking life.
Well, you know who does say that you did something wrong? Everybody else. Now
Yeah,
tell me,
you
when did you start telling people that you were a Navy SEAL?
Scout Gio. You started all this shit.
When did you start telling people that you were a Navy SEAL?
This guy.
Do you remember the first time you did it?
Retarded and demented. You know, I found out something about you.
No, you didn't. You don't know anything about me.
You were never born. Somebody jerked off by a fence post at a Sun Hatch kit.
Oh, yeah? Want to talk more about Tom Wazerzak? Why did he,
Tom Wazerak.
Huh?
Tom Wazerak.
he said he was,
The fireman in Kitten Falls like I was.
really? When were you with them?
2003. You were never there. And then they sent me, I had to go to school. Kitten Falls sent me to school with the state. To do building assessments after a fire to see if it was habitable or inhabitable. There's a certificate of that. Me graduating from there too, but I was never a fireman. But let me see. I was with Garfield Fire Department. I was with Hasbrook Heights Fire Department. I was with Kitten Falls Fire Department. But gee, I'm never a fucking fireman. And I have a state fucking number for being a fireman. You fucking idiot.
What about Hoboken?
When I went fishing at him.
Did you ever talk to Thomas Giles?
Who?
Thomas Giles, Charles Giles. He was with you at Barnegat, for example, at the 9/11 memorial dedication. He put the beam of steel from Ground Zero on the back of the truck trailer, and you brought it to Barnegat. There was a ceremony there that included Charles Giles. You don't know Charles Giles. Giles.
These fucking people are coming up and they say, oh yeah, we know, blah, 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 blah. I don't know these fucking people.
Richie Skinner.
What?
Richie Skinner.
He got ptomaine poisoning after dinner. How the hell do I know? They made a fucking song up about it.
They made a song about Richie Skinner? Tell me more about Don Shipley. You talked to him once, didn't you?
My name is Peanut. Yeah.
Remember what he said?
I never talked to him.
You didn't?
Well, now I'm talking to people.
Didn't you just say he was DOR? Didn't you just accuse him of lying about his record? So how do you know if you haven't talked to him? And why would you...
Someone mentioned it. They gave me a book, and I read the book.
Who mentioned it?
I don't know. Somebody handed me a book on Fremont. Anything you want to know about Navy SEALs, read this. You'll get a kick out of it. And that, I read it. And that's what I know about that Shipley. Now that I remember, I'm thinking about it.
Somebody gave you a book on Fremont Street?
Yeah, the guy was from Nellis Air Force Base.
What's his name?
Always used to come over and bullshit.
He gave you a book. Did you tell him...
You get a kick out of this.
And did you tell him that you had lied about being a Navy SEAL, or did you tell him that you were a Navy SEAL? Yes, you did.
Information. But people like you make up a lot of fucking stories and try and get a lot of people in trouble.
Google does that to people.
Nobody's... The only one who's made up stories are you and your son.
To do that to weak-minded people like yourself.
Well, he doesn't have a life.
All right.
So, homosexuals never have a life.
His life was
Just keep that in the back of your head.
It's funny how you said before you don't know anything about me, and now you're saying that I'm gay for some reason. I want to talk about the NIEMCZYK Navy SEAL account on YouTube. You made that, didn't you? Hello?
So we're all with the same gay community. So you do the math.
You're breaking up. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I never know what I'm talking about.
On YouTube, you made the account called NIEMCZYK Navy SEAL, right?
Yeah, gee, who put that there?
You did.
You did. Oh, did
Oh, Mike?
somebody.
Oh, you or Mike?
And she said, who is this? And you said, oh, this is Mark Anthony NIEMCZYK. So you're using my name.
Who are you talking about?
It's none of your fucking business.
Janelle Thomas?
Huh?
Janelle Thomas?
What does she have to do with any of this?
I thought that's who he was talking about. So who are you talking about?
It's none of your business. And she told you you're not Mark Anthony because I know him. And she hung up on you in the middle of your conversation.
Sorry, who are you talking about?
None of your fucking business.
Well, that call never took place, so somebody's lying to you, or you're lying to me and making up something.
I don't think so. That's somebody I've known 45 years.
Well, give me a name.
It's none of your fucking business.
What made you...
What's that?
What made...
Very Tuppence.
What made you make up the NIEMCZYK Navy SEAL account on YouTube now?
Excuse me.
Or 3 weeks ago?
Hear that shit. And neither do I. The
No.
only one who does is you and Kevin. And Scalgio? And Scalgio. I don't know how to do any of that shit.
Oh, yeah? Well, you can prove it and show Kendra your phone. I believe it was you or your father. Obviously, there's no way to prove it either way.
Kendra already went through my phone. I don't have anything with fucking YouTube. I don't post videos.
Then it was your father.
He doesn't know how, he doesn't know how to go past www on a fucking phone.
Maybe somebody taught him in the hospital. He had time.
Wow. Yeah,
How many people are there?
I can say to you, dumb fucking retarded asshole. I can't even dial a fucking phone. So the 80-year-old guy on oxygen next to him taught him how to do it.
Or a nurse.
Did your mother have any kids that lived?
Let's go back to that photo, Mike, because, like I said, you're in it, and Joanna is there with you guys. I know that at some point in the scam, she broke with you. When was that?
What photo are you talking about?
A photo of you, your father, and Joanna with 2 other people. You 3 are wearing hoodies, the fraudulently obtained hoodies with the badges on the front and the hate speech on the back. And that photo has been public for some time. It was in Don Shipley's first video that he made in 2010 about your father. It's also in one of my more recent ones. But the point is, you were there with the truck, and so was Joanna. When did Joanna break with you? When did she stop going with the truck?
She was never with the truck.
Yes, she was. She manned the tables where you were selling the things. I know that.
You motherfucker!
Yes, I know. She's described as a deaf woman manning the tables beginning with the Slate article from 2011. She's also confirmed being with you at a number of locations in New York and New Jersey. And, of course, she gave you a concussion. I believe that was the time that she stopped being with the truck. I also have a theory that she came to find out about one reason you targeted her was because she was deaf, and that at some point she figured out who you guys were, became angry at you, understandably, clobbered you over the head, gave you a concussion, and
Do you believe
left.
what he's making up?
Well, you tell me if I'm wrong.
You are.
Okay, so when did Joanna leave the truck?
She left me because she found somebody else who was deaf who lived in Texas. So she left me at my house. I helped her pack her shit, and she left. I've never heard from her since.
Where in Texas?
I have no fucking idea.
Did you?
I don't.
Was she? Did she know the truth about your father, or did you lie to her?
What? She doesn't know a fucking thing.
And she never found out? That's why she didn't get mad at you?
Oh my God.
You're saying she still doesn't know?
Dragging people into this that don't need to be in this.
Because she's never given her side of the story, and she was, like I said, with the 9/11 truck. She was with the 9/11 truck. She has plenty to say.
She was not with the truck, you retarded motherfucker.
So why is a deaf woman described manning the tables at the events?
Because
Why is she in the photo wearing the hoodie with you and Mark?
fucking what?
What?
It was cold. She needed a fucking shirt to wear, so I gave her it to wear.
Why is she identified as the one who was manning that sales table by the reporter who wrote the story about it? She was with the truck.
I think maybe she was watching the joke so nobody would steal it.
Right. And sometimes people did steal it despite her being there, didn't they? A bunch of coins, right?
Stole it.
Somebody once stole a bunch of coins off of the table, didn't they?
No.
And then you got mad at her because she didn't stop it. Who?
No.
Ah, always Skelgione. Makes me wonder again why you chose him, since you seem to think that he somehow
No, not
such a bad guy.
The Attorney General showed me his prison record. From the time he was 17 years old, he's been in and out of prison.
And that's why you wanted him to work with you, isn't it? Because if you ever got busted, you could point the finger at him, right?
Do yourself a favor, okay?
That didn't work. Everybody knows that you were the mastermind, and he was along for the ride.
People that are telling you this shit. We didn't know anything about Scalzione. Nobody did.
Then why did you get into bed with him for the 9/11 truck?
Well,
Of all people that you could have chosen to go with that truck, why him?
what?
Of all the people,
What?
you did for the 9/11 truck scam. So why him? Why him of all people?
Lester said he would have.
Keep talking about how Lester introduced Nimczyk to Skelgione. As if his being gay is of some importance.
That was it.
What's it?
He said somebody wants to make money. And then Scalzione took off with everything. He put everything in his fucking name. And then I find out from the Attorney General that Scalzione was calling every fire company in the United States.
Well, yeah. You said you wanted to go all over the country.
Like he said that. I had a plan, and my plan was to go to every city that got a piece of steel and made a memorial and take a picture of the truck there. And then the pictures and the truck were going to be donated to the 9/11 Museum.
You mean like the memorial at Barnegat? Do you remember the memorial at Barnegat? Where you met Charles Giles? You mean like that one? You wanted to make more memorials like that?
High school introduced me to somebody. I don't know who it was.
Do you remember a guy called Bill Cox? He was there, actually. Bill Cox.
No.
T.J. Gilmartin?
Who?
T.J. Gilmartin.
No.
T.J. Gilmartin went to your trial appearances sometimes. He's an advocate for 9/11 first responders. And he called you a fraud and a phony, like of course everybody else did. He's pictured in one story because, well, there's a number of photographs in it. One is you and Scalgione in court, and then one is the spectators to the court, in which a bunch of people are shown, including T.J. Gilmartin and other 9/11 first responder advocates. He had a good deal to say about you during the trial.
What was on? These people were doing all this talking.
You were right there in the courtroom. It was all going on. Well, he's a real 9/11 first responder, of course, by the way. And he calls you a fraud. And says that you weren't there, of course. But I want to go back to the truck itself.
Like,
And I want to ask again how you came up with the idea and who gave you any ideas along the way.
let's say this.
I believe you met Terry Jones earlier than you're saying, and that Terry Jones was involved from the beginning.
Shut the fuck up and listen. I'm going to say this to you. Why? You've got this much information. Stop doing what you're doing. Please, and thank you, stop doing what you're doing.
Would you like to?
Put his name out there. Take all your fucking shit down.
So it's okay for Scalgione's name to be in the story, but not yours, even though you were both with the truck.
Joan is the one behind all of it.
Do you have any evidence of that? Because that didn't come out at the trial, and neither did the fact that you were there.
He had vendetta.
You were with the
There
truck.
doesn't have to be anything about it.
You were with the truck. You knew
I
what
was
was
not.
going on. If you and Scalgione were with the truck, who do you think knew more about what was going on?
Scalgione.
How did Scalgione know more than you about what was going on?
He was the one that was running everything.
How's that possible?
Because I wasn't anywhere near New Jersey or New York.
You weren't anywhere near New Jersey or New York, you said?
Traveling the country with the truck.
With Scalgione.
No. Scout Young was not allowed to leave the state of New Jersey because he's on lifetime probation and he has to be there 2 times a week and sign in.
He's on Megan's list. He's got a fucking record a mile long. Look into his.
It's called Megan's. It's called Megan's Law, and he's on the list of people convicted under it. Yes.
Lifetime parole.
And yet you chose him of all people to work with you. That's interesting.
Him.
But you chose to work with him for...
Nobody chose to work with anybody. So I'm gonna say this.
So why was he with the truck? Why was he...
I'm gonna say this. Get Kendra's name out of it. Get my name out of it. Get Pop's name out of it.
No.
You know,
I want more.
everybody else.
I want more.
Get out of this shit
And go look up Scout Young.
and go look up Scouts Young. Keep our fucking names out your mouth.
I haven't got the truth. The only way...
Oh, you're gonna have.
Your names are already out there. You should have had your name in the media and the court documents, and you should have been indicted. Wouldn't you agree?
My name doesn't need to be anywhere, and it don't need to be in your mouth.
Why? You're a public figure, and you were obviously involved in the 9/11 truck scam, and it wasn't reported that you were with it.